Hey guys, Huzzy here bringing you another video. So welcome to the latest champion announcement and my first impressions, and this is going to be on Pyke. First thing to say is if you guys want me to do more coverage on this champion, like jump on the PBE when he's available, throw a like on the video and I will do that in the next couple of days. But you know, by the time this video comes out at midnight, the PBE, he may already be available. But of recording it, he's not. So this has just been released pretty much. So the only things I know about him, and again, I don't know anything other than he's water-based, water-themed at least, and he's supposed to be a support. They're the only things I know about him. So we'll have to see if those are true and get my first impressions. I will say, one of the things I do say myself is I am fairly accurate with these. In the past couple times we've done this, I've been very accurate at thinking what's going to be too strong, what's going to be too weak. You know, I've even gone against the grain of everybody thought Swain, the rework, was a failure, when I was like, no, it's actually very strong. Turned out it was. Even before Riot buffed Swain, people worked out how to play him, and then they buffed him, and then it was overpowered. So, like, I'm fairly accurate with these normally. Hopefully I can be accurate with this one too. So, his name is Pyke, the BloodHarbor Ripper. Kind of looks like a mix of, like, Singed and I guess, like, Jack the Ripper. Maybe that's kind of what they're going for. You know, there's, like, a teacup and stuff. That's very British. So maybe that's kind of the inspiration behind him. And his little tidbit is, abandoned by his crew to the leviathans of the deep, Pyke drowned, but didn't stay dead. Years later, a fabled revenant known as the BloodHarbor Ripper still stalks the slaughter docks, crossing names off the list that never seems to end. Wait, you look familiar. I don't know if the slaughter docks is a new location that we've never heard of. I've no idea. I don't know if he's related at all to Gangplank or Misfortune. I do think we saw Misfortune in his release video, like the teaser trailer. So potentially they were on his crew and they portrayed him. That could be interesting, but yeah, there we go. Right, time to get into the abilities. So I'm going to make sure everything's lined up so you can read everything. So his passive is Gift of the Drowned Ones. When Pyke is unseen by enemies, he rapidly regenerates some of the health recently lost to enemy champions. Okay, so it seems to be like a kind of Tam Kench shield, maybe, but not a shield, but you know, like a regen ability. But let's see how it works. Check everything's lined up. Again, I'm oversizing the YouTube videos a little bit on purpose. So Twisted Fate is attacking him, and he stops, and then he goes into a bush, and he regens whatever the grey bar was. Okay, what was the percent? So okay, so just to kind of say, this is what I do. We don't know how much damage, we don't know if this scales, we don't know any of that yet, but what we can kind of just go off the basics is he's at full health right now. Let's see the basics. So he's at full health, he's getting DPS down to a third, so he's roughly a third health right now, and he has basically another third of the health bar that he can now regen. So if you're on full health, get taken down to a third, you can get back to 2/3 health. That's fairly strong for trades, and then boom, straight back to 2/3. That's pretty strong. Okay, again, I've been told he's a support, so this means he's probably an aggressive support, goes in for trade, could be technically a negative trade, but then he goes out of vision, regens back. Hey, I'm back, baby! It wasn't a negative trade. So that's kind of interesting right there. Next one, Q, is Bone Skewer. Hang on, calm down. I don't know what you are yet. Bone Skewer. Tap. Ooh. Oh, they're splitting up the ability. Tap and a hold. Tap. Pyke stabs and greatly slows all enemies in front of him. Hold. Pyke readies and then throws his harpoon, impaling the first enemy struck and pulling them to it's a hook. Wow, that's a strong ability. Like, without seeing it, that means, like, well, it's like a jab that he can slow. Well, it's either a jab or it's like Camille W. It's one of the two that slows them if you just tap the Q. But if you hold it, it's like a thresh hook or a blitzcrank hook. We'll have to, again, I wouldn't guess it's a big hook because that seems a bit strong. All right, so, whoa. He can move. So this is the hold that you press and hold the Q button. So it's like Varus Q that it grows, or Xerath Q. Whoa, hello! That was decent damage. Okay, we can't go off the damage because we don't know the items and stuff, or the scaling. But whoa, okay, that's interesting, isn't it? So the first thing, and again, I've said this for ages, is that whenever Riot make new champions, a lot of old champions kind of become redundant. Like, why would you play, you know, Blitzcrank if now Pyke is better than him? This kind of just seems a little bit like that. Because, like, if you think about it, this is kind of like a Thresh Blitzcrank hook on steroids. Because, you know, neither of those champions can move and then aim. And just to make it abundantly clear to everybody, because I was actually interested in this, there is no indication of where he's aiming. So you've noticed how the aim reticule, watch the aim reticule and then watch his spear. Unless it's just left and right, you don't know where he's aiming. It's just wherever he's facing. So you could be, like, walking this way, but aiming here. You could be walking this way and aiming, like, here, probably. That's a very hard thing to counter, like, or should be. So that's very strong. And then on top of that hook, it's not just that. If enemies are in front of you and you're in the middle of a fight, wham, pretty good damage, and you slow them. That's a strong ability. And I will say, the reason why I think, that, again, what you have to say is every single champion in League pretty much has a bread and butter ability in their Q, W, or E. Ultimate's a little bit different, but most champions in League is like, this is like their strength. So if I had to guess right now, again, I haven't seen the rest of him, this is his, like, really strong, this is his identity as a support. This is what he does. He hooks or he slows, and he can hook while moving. I'd say that is, like, what I'm guessing is that's what Pyke is. Let's see if that is true, because, again, if you're adding stronger abilities than this to his kit, that is where you start getting a little bit worried. All right, his W. Pause the video. Ghostwater Dive. Pyke dives into spectral waters, entering camouflage. Oh, he's got a stealth. Entering camouflage and gaining a significant increase in movement speed that decays over a few seconds. Camouflage hides Pyke from view while enemies remain outside his immediate area, attacking or casting. So he's basically got, like, Rengar ult, kinda. Or, God, I always get confused about, like, camouflage and stealth. It's either Twitch or Evelyn that is the same thing. It's one of those two champions that they can be stealth, but I think it's Twitch. If you go too close to people, then they can see you. I think that's Twitch, or they may have changed it. But yeah, let's just see what it is. So he's in river. He's a flying water blob. They can see him now, and then he moves away. Okay. What's interesting to me, and what I do hope, is that, again, what's a bit confusing is they're showing this W in river. I presume you can use this not in river. Like, I hope so. Like, again, it would say if you only can use it in river. But, like, spectral waters, he is technically flying. That's a flying blob of water. So I'm guessing you can use it anywhere. What is also interesting, just to kind of point at when you're looking at his kit, what already can we see as a correlation, his passive and this. So you can go for a trade, then you get that grey bar that you now need to regen. Well, this one, it goes into a bush. Well, with your W, you can just go in W and then they can't see you if you're not in range. Boom, you get the regen that way. So there you go. So, because obviously, like, if you're in lane as this champ and they just ward both bushes, well, they can always see you, so you can never regen. Well, this one, you can just pop W, you regen because they can't see you. So that's a nice little together. And again, this is kind of going back to what I was saying. This is just a bonus ability that's nothing crazy special. I'd say the stealth is interesting for a support potentially, because think about it, W into positioning for your Q, that could be quite strong. But yeah, nothing that I'd call overpowered yet. Phantom Undertow. Pyke dashes, leaving behind a drowned Phantom. After a delay, the Phantom returns to Pyke, damaging and stunning, and he's got to wait, hang on. So he's got a stun too. So he's got... See, like, okay, wow, okay. So he's like a mobile Thresh, kinda. So, like, Thresh's abilities are all about hooking and bringing people closer and, like, kind of, well, knocking up technically with your E. But it's all very, like, stationary. It's all very much like, we're here. Pyke's different. Pyke can move with his Q. He's got a movement speed W that gives him stealth. He's got a dash in his E. He seems very movement orientated, which is going to be interesting. So what does it do? Whoa. Really? How did he get through them? Okay, so he just... Oh, wow. Okay, so it's an initial dash. So, yeah, so it's an initial dash. Because if you watch this, he doesn't make it all through them. So it's an initial dash, and then he walks. But because he's walked, the Phantom is always going to try and get back to him wherever you are. This is a flash ability too, I'd imagine. You could cast a Revenant, flash the other side of a team fight, and you can stun everybody in the team fight if it runs through them. That's kind of cool. And they're all stunned. I don't know how long for, but yeah. What's this? Ah, it's the flash. Like magic, they show a flash. So yeah, like I said, you can try and get as far away from that Revenant as you can. I think it's called a Revenant. Phantom, sorry. Phantom as you possibly can. It will still come back to you. Like, there could be crazy things with this. Like, put a Pyke with a Callista, cast your E before Callista grabs you, she throws you in, and then suddenly you've got a Phantom rushing like the whole way to get back to you. Another example, your Pyke, you cast E, she uses Poppy ultimate on you. It's going the wrong way, but that Phantom is still going to come to you. Like, no matter where you are, this thing is making its way back. So with a flash, he's cast it, he's now going to flash, and it's going to follow him wherever he goes. So he can just stun, and you can change the direction. So that's really cool. And again, this depending what his ultimate is, this dude seems pretty strong. Like, he's got a hook that he can move. He's got a stealth. He's got an E that stuns, and you can also like play around that stun and increase the range and stun people when they weren't expecting it by flashing the other side of them when the Phantom's coming to you. Pretty strong so far. Cool, but pretty strong. What's his ultimate? All right. Pause. Death from below. Check us on the screen. Yes, Pyke strikes in an X-shaped area, blinking to champions and executing those below a certain flat amount of health. Whoa, okay. A support that has an execute. Enemies in the X that are not executed take damage equal to this amount. Ooh. When a champion dies in the X, the last ally to assist also gains full kill. This champ is strong, everybody. He's very strong, everybody. What? Okay, so they gain full kill gold and kill credit, and Pyke can instantly use deaths from below. This, really? No way. Okay, they're all low. That's a support, everybody. Excuse me? Hello? Okay, so just to make some points clear of things that I've got instantly, they said it's a flat health execute. Think of, I don't know, who's a flat? Urgot. Urgot's is a percentage execute. Oh, if a target's below 25% health, you can grab them no matter how much health. This one, they said flat health. So it could be, you know, rank 1 could be 500 health. Rank 2 could be 750 health. But, like, as long as they're below that amount of health, he can execute them. And I can already tell how you can tell. Well, 1, you'll have the ability to read. 2, here, that X. Watch this. I noticed it the first time I watched it. So right now, that X going, or that line going through that guy's level is indicating to the Pyke, you can execute that guy if you land your ultimate. Then watch after what happens. So these two don't have it. So he jumps on that instantly. Boom. Can execute those now. Whoa! And what is even more crazy is a support that is technically going to kill steal, that is supposed to kill steal. Why? Because the AD carry, for example, who gets an auto attack in, who is the last person to get an auto attack in, gets the full kill and gold as well. Like, one thing, again, what it doesn't explain fully is, does Pyke get the kill, or does the support, or do they get the kill? Or do both of them? Because imagine if you kill one target, does that mean 2 of you get a kill? Or does that mean the AD carry got the kill and you get an assist? That isn't very clear to me, because right now... No, it's also... Yeah, it says also gains, so you both get a kill. Oh my god, there's going to be crazy amount of kills and stuff in bot lane with this champion. So just to make that clear to everybody, in this situation that is literally happening on our screen right now, if this happened in a game of League of Legends, but an AD carry was getting an auto attack on each of these champions as well, in combination, these two champions, they don't have 3 kills and 3 assists, they have 6 kills. Okay, what are you doing, Riot? So like I said at the beginning of, okay, this champion, it seems to be a hook champion. Like Blitzcrank, you know, he's a hook champion. Thresh, he's basically a hook champion. Everything is about the hook. This dude has a hook, but everything isn't about the hook. What? Like, I would say this champion's everything about his hook and his ult. Like, they're like the two big things. So he's got Darius ult as a support, but it does flat health, so you don't need to build any damage. And again, we don't know the scaling of it. Like, it may go like, you know, you can execute people at 500 health, but you gain 100 health bonus every 50 AP that you get. We don't know that. Like, that could happen. But wow, this dude could be like an Urgot that you go so tanky and you're still killing people because you just execute them. And whoever gets the last hit on somebody is also gaining the kill and full gold credit. That's strong. That's really strong. Okay. I'm a bit worried, but okay, sure. I think he's going to be permanently banned. That's my guess right now. Playing as Pyke. As Pyke, you're a cutthroat who cripples and kills all who cross you. Again, if this dude is a support, which I'm pretty sure he is, because like he literally, you know, is your last ally who is like, it's all about helping your team, and he's got a hook. It does seem very supporty. Maybe he could be a jungler, but anyway, start by stalking your victims with Ghostwater Dive. Lurking right at the edge of their vision, resurface with a swift bone skewer to butcher multiple enemies at point blank range. Hold the blade a little longer to harpoon. Wait, what? You can do both? Wait, I need to watch this. You can do both? It's a support. He's got Targons. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm pretty good at, like, seeing stuff. That was a lot to see from one champion. Okay, that's his E. That's Q. And then ult. That's a support killing a jungler by himself. Rita? Hello? Like, where? Again, we know, by the way, in this game that he is a support because he's got Targons. And he's just straight up killing a jungler. Okay. Interesting. So he's... The potential playstyle of this is a roaming support, maybe? Okay, interesting. I wonder... People will try to make him jungle, I bet. But, yeah, I do think he's a support. Get more even aggressive by rushing foes with Phantom Undertow. So again, the way that this guy's doing it, just to make it clear, he's in his stealth, his W. He then dashes through them with E, then presses Q. That's Q, and then gets them low enough, and then there's ult. So he uses all of his abilities. There was no hook in that. He used the tap instead of the hold. Interesting. Wow. Playing with Pyke. They say death is the best crowd control, and Pyke makes a great argument. In lane, he's constantly angling for the all-ins, literally like we said. He can go for bad trades, but then he can just regen after, using hooks and stuns to set up kills. While he can maim foes from any sport in a fight, he's better suited to the flank than the front line. So he wants to come behind people. So expect him to make more picks than peels. So he's an aggressive support, not a defending support. And don't worry if he ends up doing lots of murdering himself, there's extra gold for whoever sits. So yeah, again, this dude, this is a support that is going for 10 kills. Like again, like I said to you guys, is that autofill is a problem because people find it really boring. Pyke is an answer to that. It's not a boring support you're playing. You are going for kills on him, but because it gives your AD carry or whoever a kill as well. It doesn't matter if you get the kill because you both get a kill. Wow. Pyke likes to kill, but he needs help with his homicides. Injuring opponents by trading and poking is key before Pyke drags them under. Even when he catches an enemy alone, he'll need to take a couple stabs at his target, enough time for their friends to intervene. His high mobility, again mobility support like I said, is also offset by his low survivability. So he's squishy is what they're saying. Okay, so he is squishy. Pyke is easily punished if he dives deep for a kill that he can't finish. The Ripper didn't get his name by playing passive, though be ready for violence. So he's an aggressive support that is squishy. But like I was confused earlier, his ultimate says is a flat health execute. Why can't you build tanky? What's stopping him build tanky if it's a flat health execute? I don't know. Let's see what happens here. So, yeah, bot lane. So he's in his W. He E's, then flashes through to get a double stun. Auto attack. It's a melee auto attacker, by the way. Melee auto attacker. Wow. That's a really strong gank. E's, stun, Q with the hook. He held it for the hook. And again, with this type of hook, you can hold it and change. He was probably aiming down. Jarvan flashed above him. He quickly changed where he aimed it and hooked the Jarvan. Wow, this guy's cool. Tips and tricks. Yeah, we won't go through all of that, but what's his skin? Judgment? Is it Judgment? That looks like Judgment to me. That's a poster. What's this? That's his teaser trailer. Okay. So, wow, this champion looks very interesting. So that's his base skin. I'm guessing this is Judgment, but I don't know if it's 100%. It's either, well, it's either Guardian of the Sands, which that's maybe what it is. Yeah, it's Guardian of the Sands. He's a mummy. It's Guardian Sands. Okay, cool. So that is him. That is Pyke. Overall impressions, really goddamn cool. I'm not going to deny that. This dude's cool as hell. Strong. His kit seems a bit strong. To have a hook that is either a slow in front if it's melee range, or you can change direction while moving hook, combining with a stealth and then also a stun dash with an execute. When, like, if you just say all those things, it's like, that's pretty strong. Yeah, that seems very strong to me. So okay, we can make some predictions. He'll get released overpowered and he'll get nerfed. That's a prediction. And the problem, what I will say about this type of champion, he's basically the first ever assassin support there's ever been. So he's a first of his kind. It's going to be very easy for this guy. I would say, like, very much like a Zoe. He's either going to be overpowered or he's going to be completely useless. Because if he's overpowered, he will just kill people by himself as a support. Support's not supposed to do that. Or if he's underpowered, he'll go in, which is all about what his champion's supposed to do, and he won't kill them. He won't do anything. So this is going to be interesting if they can balance him. I don't think that they... Well, I have faith. We'll put it that way. But that's going to be it. Let me know your thoughts down below. Remember to like the video if you want me to do a PBE video. First impressions there. But yeah, like, subscribe. See you guys next time. See ya.